are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is perfect Tuesday? Yeah, March 14th, 2023. How are we? We are trying to get back into the groove, still under the weather. And it's a bad one, man. Hope you guys are doing good. Tonight, we are going to... Now, I just added this. Watch out for Katie Howland. I think the last name is right. Boy, what a nasty, nasty person I've learned she is. I was already blocked from Katie Howland's Twitter account. Never even had a conversation with it. Don't even know her. But we're already blocked. Yeah, Katie Howland is somebody who hates you and will cancel you if you don't believe or agree with whatever it is she believes in the LGBTQ world of UFOlogy. Yes, she brought it here. She did that. Not me. Not you. Katie did. And it is all negativity around that person. And anybody who's had an idea or a different way of thinking as the way Katie does, you will be blocked. No ifs, ands, or buts. Can't even have a conversation with it because it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to know the truth. This is the problem I've been talking about that's been entering ufology for 3.5, 5 years. Told you. And now we're getting where this is a serious problem, kids. Disclosure did not happen, Mr. Eleganzo. He has definitely ruined ufology by saying those words. Disclosure has already happened. You've heard me go at it. Horrible, horrible, horrible thing to say. Nice. I want it. But a horrible responsibility that we get. Wait. No. We gave this person who is being irresponsible. We gave this person this supposed power who is being irresponsible with it, is what I'm trying to say. Very irresponsible. Telling people we have disclosure. Hey, guess what? You're pregnant, but only the head's gonna form for now. Yeah. We'll give you the rest of the body when we get the truth and tell the world. Well, I thought that. Wait. You can't be a little pregnant, and you can't be a little bit disclosure. It's all or nothing. Who are we supposed to believe with so many claims in this field, I ask you? All this and more tonight, right here on Goof On. Let's do a little bit of roll call. Brookers, I don't know. She blocked me. Brookers, I don't know who she is. Exactly. So if somebody has any links, let me know. Somehow let me know. I can only see so much. But thank you, Brookers, for saying that. I don't know. Just found out about her on Saturday. Sunday? I don't know. Somebody told. I don't want to say who told me because I don't want that person to go and get attacked. Because it's that bad. She's that bad of a human. From what I see and hear. I can't see anything because I'm blocked. I went to go look. I'm like, who is this Katie Howland? Sounds familiar, though. I get little glimpses of memory. Like, I think I'm thinking of Roland, who was the Jim Bob, I don't know. He ran the Art Bell thing. Roland, it was his last name. I can't remember. All right, welcome to the show, Brooke. Hey, David, what's this? Is the March of Dimes still a thing? We had to fill it. Yeah, I know. I don't know, but welcome to the show. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the show. I think I expelled a little bit too much energy. I'm going to be up and down the whole show. Don't worry about it. Paula Faust, if I get up and it's muted, I'll be back. I just had to go. It comes up now. I'm going to the doctor in 2 days. So whatever this COVID thing is doing, that I can't keep any food down, I don't know if it's COVID. I mean, I'm going on 1 full week exactly of throwing up every day. And anyway, I'm starting to feel better, but it is a freaking slow process. And, I'm probably was already sick from whatever it is. I'll be fine on Thursday. Thank God I'm going this time. Paula, welcome to the show. Diane, welcome to the show. Hey, Stu Gerson, how you doing, Chief? Welcome to the show. So if I seem to grab my breath, take a second, just I need that time. I know we don't really like dead air here. Alien Outlaw, what do you say? How do you be, Chief? I got all your the messages. I tried answering and then I forgot. Today I was out of it all day. I didn't do anything except sleep all day and throw up. But welcome to the show. It's good to see you. Intergalactic Overhaul, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Dinkamazi, how are you? I like your picture there. Thank you. Profile pic. Hey, Denbub, how you doing, man? Good. Good to see. A lot of nice regulars here. Nathan, how you doing, Chief? I know you're probably working. Thank you very much for all the support. Your PayPal support you gave that was after the show, I believe, the other night. Oh no, that was $8.88. We got that. And then Wayne sent me $3.28 from Michigan UFO sightings. I believe that's him. He says, glad to see you're better. I can't help but giggle every time you say I love ancient tunnels. Because last night I talked about the ancient tunnels. Dorothy just sent, I don't know what this means. Dorothy just sent $3.14. I like it. 3.14. Yeah. Yeah. What is that proverb? John 3:14, I believe, right? Happy PI Day. Is it? Happy Private Investigator Day? And how did you know that I'm a private investigator? Yeah. I'm a researcher, baby. That's what we do. Hey, good news for those of you out there looking to lose a little weight. Oprah launches first ever weight loss gummy in partnership with Weight Watchers. Oh, come on. Thank you, Dorothy, for the super chat or the PayPal. I think Don Mofo sent one. Here it is, Don Mofo. It's a $1 super dono. I couldn't remember what it was called. Thank you very much for the super dono. Don Mofo with the super dono. Don Mofo. Welcome to the show, by the way. All right. Dave Bailey's here. What's up, Mr. B? Welcome to the show. Samo, my good friend. How are you? Miss talking to you. I know I've been out of it. You've been emailing me and everybody has. And I just didn't get back to anyone the last few days. I hope you understand. It just sucks to sit there when you're not feeling good and wanting to, read everything and go over everything. I just couldn't do it. I'm being honest. When you're sick, you're sick. I'm really sick this time. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how long it's lasted. The other times I caught COVID, I didn't even really notice, except for the one time I did take a day off. I missed 2 days, but man. All right, let's get started. Welcome everybody to the show. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we have some show to do. And there's some super chats that are flying in. I want to thank Intergalactic Overhaul for your $2 super dono. For those who don't know what a dono is, it's a donation with no emoji or comment. It's just love. You don't type anything. You don't even type heart. Nothing. It's pure love. Thank you very much, Intergalactic Overhaul, and continuing. It's hard for me to say all that stuff tonight, but thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso. I'm trying to conserve energy. Monkey Man, is that $20? It is. Why is it yellow? It should be orange. But I like your picture there. You look a little cold. Maybe you should put a blanket on. Oh, that's not you? No, I'm just kidding. That's a cute picture, though. I love watching monkeys, chimpanzees, orangutans. And it's not orangutan. Can we people stop saying tang? It's not the orange drink. It's orangutan. There's no G on the end of that word, just so people know. I see it all the time. Can't be saying orangutan. It's orangutan. All right. Same thing as when we talk about supposedly. It's supposedly. Yeah, that's why we had these things when we were coming up, like height. Remember? Height is not pronounced height. It is pronounced height. It's just what we do. Oh, it's not mansplaining. Oh, no. It's not mansplaining because I didn't explain like a man would. I explained like a teacher would. Thank you, Monkey Man. I think that's your first super chat to goof on. I'm not sure, but let's make sure you still get rewarded for that. Thank you. Thank you, Monkey Man. Oh, I can't even do it. Monkey Man with a $20 super sticker. Hey, gosh. I think I just gouged in reverse. That was a weird one, but thank you very much, Monkey Man. That was a weird congratulatory. So my voice is totally weird. Jeanette Angel. Sweet Jeanette Angel with a 10-pound, 10 quid super dono. She gave a 10-pound, 10 quid super dono. It was a it was a one-eyed, one-horn, fine purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, fine purple people eater. We wear short shorts, fine purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. One hook? Remember that song? Thank you, Jeanette, for the $10 support. A continuing supporter of Goof On as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Toxic Bird. How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, let's get going. Jammer Travels. Now we're ready. Okay. Welcome. What'd you say? Orange on this end. I think I caught what you said. That's funny, actually. And I did smoke a lot of pot before the show, because I didn't smoke anything all day. And yesterday I barely did too. But yeah, I'm starting to feel this. By the way, the strain that I'm eating tonight, I'm smoking, it's called Rocky Road. It's really good. And then I also have Girl Scout cookies, and that is mixed with something else, which they're all indica. I don't like sativa. Indica works like sativa. If I take sativa will make me not think right, I found out. I don't like the way it makes me think. I get racy thoughts. See, I need this to slow me down. Anyway, let's get to work. So, I did start off by talking about that Katie Howland thing. And Charlie Weiser, of course, is on top of all that stuff that goes on in the world. I'm just trying to get back in after almost a week out. But here is an example. Charlie Weiser says, this is one way of dealing with your own hypocrisy, I guess, being LGBTQ friendly, calling out spelling and changing the subject doesn't fix the hypocrisy of losing her gosh darn mind over Lou doxing while her co-host is doxing a very private citizen on a live stream. What? I've tried holding off by saying this, but I'm going to lose my GD mind. Lou has said before he's on an ISIS hit list. My old boss was too. You have to go to crazy lengths not to accidentally dox them or detail who visits when. Are y'all really this dumb? Venti, okay, Joel Griffin Dodd. I can't believe this is amazing. The attention. Outraged Karen of the Elizondo worshipping at UFO cult, known for doxing multiple people, is Vente Extra Frothy, that someone would release the address of the leader of her UFO cult. Yeah, see? Then she corrects the spelling. Oh, man. Unbelievable. The hypocrisy here is killing me. Katie podcasts with... Oh, that explains it. Remember Vinnie Adams? Yes! Used to come over here. Asshole face. In this very minute live streaming with the team doxing the Calvine photographer? Not a public person they're doxing, and who may have had valid reasons to not step forward releasing the hoax. This tweet was deleted by her. Huh. So you see, all this stuff is going on. And what do we know? I don't know anything about it. Because we're blocked out of a lot of stuff. Which is fine. But not fine if you want to know what's going on that isn't good. I want to know if somebody's calling out Lou. I want to know who's sucking on Lou's bootstrings. I want to know what Lou's doing at every second of every day. If I had a choice, I would love to know. Yeah. Well, when it comes to ufology, guys, I don't care what he's doing in his own personal life. I'm sure it's just eating and masturbating. Let's see. Backyard astronaut. That's no different than what I'm doing. Why is the Pentagon talking about I know, we talked about this a little bit last night, Backyard Astronaut. Thank you for the 350 super duper chat. I had no answer. And so even today, hearing you asking that question, bringing that up, whatever, I still don't have an answer. The only answer I could give would be to confuse, right? Would it be to confuse us, you think? Because I'm telling you this right now. The government doesn't make mistakes like that. Well, hold on. Hold on. When it comes to UFOs, I don't know anymore. They make a lot of mistakes in this administration. All right. So I don't know why the Pentagon would say that, but I had an idea yesterday. Inhaled the wrong way. Avi Loeb is probably the culprit. He's the reason why the Pentagon said that. Because he's out there talking about it all the time. About his Oumuamua. He's the one who said originally, these first scientists come out and say that and then stick to it. That could be a mothership, you know, just dropping off other probes as it's passing by. And it definitely could be. But why would the Pentagon say that? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Are they warning us? Is that a subliminal yet not subliminal warning? Is that a warning to keep your eyes to the skies? By the way, today was the release of UFO Endgame 2 Disclosure by the Cousins brothers, Third Phase of Moon. Hopefully you watched it and enjoyed it. But it's on all streaming services. Man. Let me play you something, Backyard Astronaut. Thanks again for the super chat and everybody else. I'm going to play this here. This is Billy Carson. I don't know if some of you have seen this. Oh, Dorothy makes a $2 donation here and says, and people think shadow banning doxing isn't real. Oh, it is so unbelievably real. But I found out I'm not 100% shadow banned. Shadow banned enough, but not 100%. When you're shadow banned 100% is when you make a comment on somebody else's channel and then come back and see if it's still there under another account. And if it's gone, you're shadow banned. 100%. That's 100% shadow banning. Is when you're invisible to everybody. I thought I was at one point, but I'm not. Just not popular on the left. That's all. Right? And if we let's just keep moving forward. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you very much. Again, continuing supporter, great friend of the show. I don't know why I say the friend show thing. I don't know where that came from, but everybody's a friend. Thanks, Dorothy. I know, it kind of sounds like I'm saying, oh, you're a friend, but you're not. Yeah, I know. I get that a lot. I'm sorry. It's just bad habit. All right. So, with all of what Avi Loeb has been saying over the last couple of years, because when Oumuamua came out, Avi Loeb found a way to get his name into the masses. And he went with it. And then he had the help of all the people that are on that side. And then we got this. Then you got people like Billy Carson, who kind of reminds me of a Jonathan, who's the guy who Learjet, John Lear. I don't know. He reminds me a little bit of him.
There was a galactic war millions of years ago in the Pleiadian star system. Wow. Planets were being destroyed. They had weapons called the Brahmanda weapon, which would destroy any man on 3 worlds.
Hello.
Any man on 3 worlds. All right. Well, you don't have to make it that exciting.
Some bright lights right here. Hello, Blackpool.
Wow.
Do you know how to greet a 2-headed alien? Hello. The one and only Dr. Billy Carson.
Thank you. Wow.
Aw.
You guys got me good.
What a guy. What a historic.
This is how I envisioned it back in the day. Just walk right through a portal and get to your destination. So, pretty cool. Well, you can watch the whole video on YouTube. It's free. Anunnaki by Donnie Arcade, D-O-N-N-Y, Donnie Arcade. Let's talk about DNA for a second. Saddam Hussein was getting ready to open his own museum. And he was going to open it to the world. And he was going to reveal the Stargate and all these other ancient technologies. Wow. Whew. There was a
That's right. That was the rumor why, since there were no weapons of mass destruction, the idea was that they didn't go in there for weapons. They went in there for a Stargate. And I remember hearing all those rumors when they first arrived. And believe it or not, I think there's truth to it. There is some ancient technology that is supposedly in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, somewhere over there, right? And that the U.S. was going to, one time it was the holy grail of everything, right? What was it? The Ark? But supposedly this portal was there, Stargate. And that's why we went there. That's all I know. That's all I know. There really isn't too much more to the story. Maybe we'll get Billy Carson on. Maybe he knows more of that story. But these rumors were zipping around that there was this incredible, whether it be a time machine, a portal that was over there. And then there were reports even before the year 2000, I think it was in 94, 93, Iraqi, and I don't know where the video is, God knows I've searched for it, where there was an Iraqi soldier being interviewed about the technology he was seeing in the skies. Had nothing to do with UFOs at the time. They were just talking about the new drone technology that the Americans had brought to Afghanistan. And he's talking about, he goes, this is no American technology, because these objects were going thousands upon thousands of miles an hour, making turns without stopping that would kill a human because of all the, the pressure. the G-forces. And they were talking how it had hovering capabilities, taking off from a standstill to a blink of an eye, it's gone. We don't have that technology in 94. Or do we? And if you go back to 94, that would be only about what? 50 years after Roswell? $47. They could have done a lot if Roswell was what everybody thinks it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think Roswell is something that came from Germans. And I think it was something that may have looked like a disc, and it was probably some sort of weather balloon, maybe a spy balloon. But hey, apparently the Germans were already working with aliens. Why do I believe that more than I believe in Roswell? I think it's because of what Admiral Richard Byrd said, what he saw when he went to Antarctica, and he saw that these UFOs had swastikas on them. Now, he could be just, gaslighting the whole situation. Oh, hold on a second. What? Sorry. Whoops. Hold on. All right. But anyway, now back to disclosure. The good old days when disclosure was, well, when the government shows us they're aliens, right? That's disclosure. Disclosure is knowing all of the secrets that the government held about aliens and UFOs, right? That's what disclosure is. Disclosure. Disclosing everything they know that they've kept secret. That's why it's called disclosure, because they're now disclosing it. Okay? All of it. Not a piece, not a section, not a pie. The whole, a pie. I can't talk yet. Now it's disclosure is right now, because guys on podcasts are saying they heard that a whistleblower, they're telling congressional committees about crashed alien bodies and shit. Because that's what's happening now. It's true. It's true. They heard that whistleblowers are telling congressional committees about crashed crafts and alien bodies. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, Lou. I said, and now we are seeing the outflow of a flushed Elizondo narrative. Saying we already had disclosure is irresponsible, and he shouldn't be allowed to have a voice in the community anymore. But where would I get my comedy act? Travis Taylor, Gary Nolan? Who's next? It's a shame. And then I see a tweet. Hey, Paul Geary. Then I see a tweet from Grant Cameron today. And he's talking about Travis Walton. And I'm so let's see what this is about. So we go over, we take a look. He says there were incidents every night Travis Walton was gone. Those 5 days when he was missing. The United States Air Force moves to stop the bleeding. So now, watch. November 12, 75. The Air Force is again trying to kill the UFO nuke stories that have run for weeks. The Air Force headquarters in Washington replies to a question from North American Air Defense NORAD headquarters in Colorado Springs, Colorado, regarding unknown air activity. They instruct NORAD and Strategic Air Command, SAC, on how to handle questions about the UFO nuclear sightings. The message said in part, unless there is evidence which links sightings or unless media queries link sightings, queries can be best handled individually at the source. As questions arise, response should be to an isolated or specific incident. In other words, if you have a UFO over your nukes, don't tell the press. It also happened at other bases as well. This is worded weird. In other words, if you have a UFO over your nukes, don't tell the press. It also happened at other bases as well. Oh, I read it wrong. Okay. Why? Oh, I see why. Because you're talking about something you may not have all the information about. But that's ridiculous. In other words, if you have a UFO over your nukes, don't tell the press it happened at other bases? Why wouldn't you say it? They're trying to cover it up. That's what the point is. That's the point. That's what Grant Cameron's saying. The point is, they're trying to shut it up, and they don't care who reads it. That's a good one right there. I thought that was going to go in the other direction at first. That was a good one. So there they are. Grant's proven it. Trying to kill it. Don't tell them about the other stuff that's going on. Only tell them what you need, what they're asking. Did it happen over at yours? Yes. That's it. Don't offer up any information. It's what they always tell you when you go to court. Two things, really. One thing, yeah. Never mind. All right. I like watching other people's interviews and hearing what they think is going on in the UFO community in the world. And we have one of those here, Sam Harris. Sam Harris has been quiet for a long time, hasn't he? Usually that guy pops up more than... Hold on, I think I missed the super chat, and I'm sorry. I see All Things Good had a super chat before the show started, it looked like. I want to say thank you for that, All Things Good. If I missed it, I am saying it now, so I apologize for earlier. And then there's Dorothy Denbub with $7 a few minutes ago, and then... Okay, so that's caught up. All right. Sorry, guys. Have you forsaken me? I know. I just realized it. I'm sorry. Forsaken. Never do that. Not to my Denbub. Denbub. The best a man can get. Gillette. There it is. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know I do. It's a Mucho Gusto Generoso, $7 right there. And that is a super dono. It's always love. Pure love. Until you do Denbub wrong. No, I'm joking. I know you're all right. There it is. Thank you very much. Now we're all caught up. Yeah. I know. It was just a coincidence I realized this, and you mentioning that. That's so funny. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're a continuing supporter of Goof On. Hey, that UFO chick. How are you this evening? Good to see you. Nice new picture. There's Paul. Justin. I see you in there, mate. Gotcha. Good to see you. Helen, how you doing? Nice to see you. Is this a new one? Wait, when did this one? That just came in now. Sneaking it. You are testing me tonight. Please don't. Not tonight. Start testing me tomorrow. I'll feel a little better. And I still don't have it all together. I can admit it. I admit. Last night I said I was 80%. Tonight I'm 85. That's how much I improved. It didn't get that much better for me. Sucks. Although I do feel better now that I drank one of these. But I drank one earlier today and I threw it all up. So let's get back to work. Denbub, thank you very much. I didn't want to talk about that. I'm trying to get out of the habit of giving you guys those details that you don't need. It's just so hard to change. All right, I want to play this because I like to hear what other people think about ufology. And Sam Harris is an intelligent person. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But on Lex Friedman's show.
In raising a question that I'm going to be talking to you, a lot of people brought up this topic, probably because Eric Weinstein talked to Joe Rogan recently and said that he and you were contacted by folks about UFOs. Can you clarify the nature of this contact? Can you, that you were contacted about?
I've got very little to say on this. I mean, he has much more to say. I think he went down this rabbit hole further than I did, which wouldn't surprise anyone. He's got much more of a taste for this sort of thing than I do. But I think we were contacted by the same person. It wasn't clear to me who this person was or how this person got my cell phone number. They didn't seem. It didn't seem like we were getting punked. I mean, the person seemed credible to me.
And they were talking to you about the release of different videos on UFO.
Yeah, and this is when there was a flurry of activity around this. So there was a big New Yorker article on UFOs, and there was rumors of congressional hearings, I think, coming, and there were the videos that were being debunked or not. And so this person contacted both of us, I think, around the same time. And I think he might have contacted Rogan or other. Eric is just the only person I've spoken to about it, I think, who I know was contacted. And
spit it out.
What happened is the person kept, writing a check that he didn't cash. Like he kept saying, "Okay, next week I'm gonna, I understand this is sounding spooky, and you have no reason to really trust me, but next week I'm gonna put you on a Zoom call with people who you will recognize, and they're going to be former heads of the CIA, and people who just you're going to within 5 seconds of being on the Zoom call you'll know this is not a hoax." And I said, "Great, just let me know. Just send me the Zoom link." Right, and I went. That happened maybe 3 times. There was just one phone conversation, and then it was just texts, just a bunch of texts. And I think Eric spent more time with this person, and I haven't spoken to him about it. I know he spoke about it publicly, but
my God.
So I it's not that my bullshit detector ever really went off in a big way. It's just the thing never happened, and I lost interest.
So you made a comment, which is interesting, that you ran the.
Doesn't that sound like something Jeremy Corbell would do? Right? Making contact with Rogan like that and then saying, "Here's what I'm going to do. First, to prove it to you, I'm going to get you on a Zoom call, and you are immediately going to see FBI people there, people that are in the Department of Defense, the Pentagon. You're going to know this is real. Would you give me that chance?" That's what Jeremy Corbell's doing to Sam. That's what I bet you it was him. Sounds like him, or Tom DeLonge. Is that who they were talking about? I bet you it was Tom DeLonge.
Which I really appreciate. You ran the thought experiment of saying, okay, maybe we do have alien spacecraft, or just the thought experiment that aliens did visit.
Yeah.
And then this very kind of nihilistic, sad thought that it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't affect your life. Can you explain that?
Well, no, I think many people noticed this. I mean, this was a sign of how crazy the news cycle was at that point, right? Like we had COVID and we had Trump, and I forget when the UFO thing was really kicking off, but it just seemed like no one had the bandwidth to even be interested in this. It's like I was amazed to notice in myself that I wasn't more interested in figuring out what was going on. It's like, and I considered, okay, wait a minute. If this is true, this is the biggest story in anyone's lifetime. I mean, contact with alien intelligence is by definition the biggest story in anyone's lifetime. In human history.
Second, what happens after you live?
Why isn't this just totally captivating? And
die.
Not only was it not totally captivating, it was just barely rising to the level of my being able to pay attention.
What happens after you live? That is classic stoner talk right there. All right. I can't believe. Hey, what happens after you live?
Attention to it. And I view that, I mean, one as a
stupid,
to some degree, an understandable defense mechanism against the bogus claims that have been made about this kind of thing in the past. The general sense is probably bullshit, or it probably has some explanation that is purely terrestrial and not surprising. And there is somebody who, what's his name? Is it Mick West? I forget. YouTuber.
Mick West, yeah. He debunks stuff.
Yeah, I have since seen some of those videos. Now this is going back still at least a year, but
you see why I love this stuff? It's interesting to hear what people think of like Mick West or any of these people out there.
Some of those videos seem like fairly credible debunkings of some of the optical evidence. And I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that. Like there was a fairly credulous 60 Minutes piece that came out around that time looking at some of that video, and it was the very video that he was debunking on YouTube, and his video only had like 50,000 views on it or whatever. But again, it seemed like a fairly credible debunking. I haven't seen debunkings of his debunkings, but
I think there is, but he's basically saying that there is possible explanations for it.
Right.
And usually in these kinds of contexts, if there's a possible explanation, even if it seems unlikely, it's going to be more likely than an alien civilization visiting us.
Can we all agree to that, at least with the gimbal? That it is mundane. It's a man-made object. Let me know if you think the gimbal is an alien object. Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think it is, put a 2 if you want to show your voting. Because I know you know where you're at. You're at GoofOn, but please just be honest. Don't try to make me happy or each other. Just, do you think the gimbal is a man-made object, or do you think it is a full-fledged alien object, a UFO? Yeah. 221-111-111-111-111-22222 4 5. Yeah. Yeah, you got that right. Krusty the Clown. Just loafing around. It's a doughboy life. It's a doughboy life. Welcome to the show there. Yeah, guys, I figured it would be the 1. Yeah, it's obvious. It's man-made. I like, I don't know who said it yesterday. Was it Jim Bud Royale said it's most likely a weather balloon? I think it might be. I think it might be a weather blimp. I think it's a new type of blimp drone. I really do. I think it's a blimp drone. Those are real. Do I need to show you? I'm not, because I've done it before. But blimp drones are real. All right, let's can I just this one hurts a little. Yeah, let me just show you. See, it's just the woo. Look, I don't mind people, believing in something. But when you create an entire story from nothing, well, from a one-night event, and you create what Christopher Bledsoe did, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know how I feel. I was going to say something salty, and then I decided not to. Let's see. Here it says, congratulations to Pope Francis on the 10th anniversary of his election as Supreme Pontiff. Special thanks, Holy Father, for your pastaratara. Christopher Bledsoe said in a UFO of God. That's what it says. Chris Bledsoe said in UFO of God that the servants of the lady stated urgently that we need the Pope. He is vital in the struggle of light versus darkness that will determine human destiny. Chris is not Catholic, nor is the lady, but the Pope matters. Light is real. I read that and I said, what a load of crap. What the hell is this? What does that have to do with anything in ufology? No, really. Oh, because it's part of his story. That's why. Well, I know you guys are like, well, Rich, to each his own. Yeah. To each his own. Buyer beware. I get it. It's just the constant promotion, the never-ending silliness that keeps coming out of that. It amazes me, and I can't stop but find it interesting. And I think it's something that's in our culture right now. Christopher Bledsoe is part of the history. It's part of history right now. Right? He is what's going on. Just like Anjali. They're what's going on. It's interesting. I like the human psyche of it all. I like to see how it's amazing to me that people look forward to what he's actually saying when all of it is a lie. It's just something he made up. And that's my opinion. And of course, I can't prove it. But let me ask you this. How many times have prophets, seers, and people of this nature have ever been known to be 100% truthful? Well, none of them can be, and none of them are. It's a game. This is, instead of him abusing his family and friends by being a compulsive liar, he just created a story to keep him occupied. So good. Let's do that. Let's focus all of his anger and hate that he has for himself and others and just make it into a UFO story. Same with Anjali. They've taken their childhood experiences, no matter how awful they must have been from their parents, friends, and relatives, and they've turned it into an uplifting and promising thing that eventually everything is going to be all right. All you have to do is pray. All you have to do is be nice to people. All you have to do is be generous. All you have to do is the right thing. But when it's coming from somebody who's making it up, I don't know what to say. I really don't. think I've said it all on that. It's frustrating. It's like Scientology. Anjali, Christopher Bledsoe, they are their own versions of Scientology and other religions. They have turned their experience into a cult-ish experience, right? Those who believe in Anjali and Christopher Bledsoe really believe in that stuff. They really, really believe that he's speaking to a lady in white or whatever, you know, and the rest of us don't ever get this gift. We're not allowed to experience anything, but they can. Oh no, Rich, you can too, I'm told. Really? How? All you have to do is just meditate and open your mind. Oh my God, if somebody tells me to open up my mind one more time, I'm literally going to fall ass backwards into myself. You know? I can't be any more open. I'm just realistic. I want to learn. I do. I bought the CE5 handbook guide. You know, you guys know that. Some of you bought it. Nathan, I know, got it. And we were going to do the CE5 thing. And then I just realized while I'm looking at it on the show, this is nothing but transcendental meditation. With a twist. I'm already doing it. And already did it. Where are my alien tunnels? Where are my motherships? Where? Why don't I get them? Am I not pure? Because that's what they'll tell you. There's the loophole. Because that's what somebody told me. I said, how come when I first got into this, like the first year or two, I said, how come I don't know? I don't know if I've been abducted. And he goes, you're Italian, right? I go, yeah. And he goes, you won't be. You've got dirty blood. Mud blood? Me? Moi? Yes. Your bloodline is not pure enough for the aliens, I was told. Nah. That's because he saw me as a skeptic when I was just questioning. So he tried to turn it on me and make it my fault because I'm not a believer. See, I know all the tricks. They do this to you. It's a whole manipulation. Why though? Why? Why? That is the greatest question you're going to ask yourself right now. Why won't the government listen to the civilians? Oh, they have. They've done it. We have failed. We failed. And when Lou said he's going to tear down ufology and rebuild it with science and all this shit, no, I'm like, good. But you can't get rid of the history of ufology. You just can't throw away everything because you want to start over. I get it. But it's not a bad idea. I know what he means. I've always said that. Let's start over. Let's rebuild it. Put people in charge. Hold people accountable. Have meetings every 3 months. You know, oh, wait. Oh, they got something like that already? What's it called? MUFON. Well, I don't know. MUFON failed. They sold out to Bigelow. Who do you trust? Who do you go to? Who's telling the truth? We've got all sorts of narratives going on right now. We've got Ryan Graves talking about, seeing but not seeing these UFOs. And then you got David Fravor saying what he saw looked like it was could have been a submarine underwater, not sure, but it kind of undulated and it was like a ping pong ball. And then Dietrich said she saw what Fravor saw, and, you know, and all the other people, and Kevin Day and the other guy, what's his name? Upshaw, with the friggin' name. The radar dudes, they've got their stuff from the Nimitz. And then you've got the portal, right? A portal in the sky that showed up with UAPTF. Remember that? Yep. They haven't been back, I don't think, right? Or have they? They found this portal in the sky and made a documentary. So we've got portals. We've got things over, we've got UFOs, UAPs only over the water. We don't have any UAPs over land. I'm sorry, let me take that back. Tic Tacs over land. Yes, I know you're going to tell me there's videos, Rich. Yeah, those are airplanes. I'm talking about the Tic Tac. I'm talking about I want to see a Tic Tac, not a plane out of focus or whatever. You know what I mean? Nobody's reporting that, which I find weird. Like, why? Yep. There's an answer now. I think I just thought of it. Do you want to know why these Tic Tacs are not seen over land? Because they are drones, hypersonic drones that hitch a ride on an underwater submarine, well, obviously, and for them to go over land would be a little bit too far, maybe out of their real good range, but that's why. They're already 15, 17, 20 miles off the coast. And if they're coming from an outside source, sneaking in underwater, and then releasing them, and what Fravor saw was the little convoy going back underwater. So we don't see them over land because they're hypersonic drones that are out to sea and out of range to land. That's the reason. That makes sense. So that right there will tell you that that is a man-made object. Because if it was alien, it would go anywhere it wants. Why would it be limited? Right. So man-made objects. Now we know. I think that right there should, yes. Hey, it's just as good as anybody else's theory out there on what's going on with these objects. Now, what's the threat? We still have a threat. The threat is, oh, you can attach a bomb to any of these things and bang, take out the East Coast, West Coast, Middle Coast, and who's going to stop us? That's where we're really at. Don't you remember what the threat really is about? It's not about the government. It's about the government losing control of the data, going to the black budget programs that aren't going to disclose it to the government they work for. They're going to keep that information for themselves. And hey, you never know. You give that technology to somebody who's nefarious in nature, and you could talk about somebody setting up the whole country for a disaster on one day. That's the government's concern. That's why they watch all of us now. Because the technology's gotten into the wrong hands, maybe. Something's up. Right? Something's up. And it's very possible. Can't say it isn't. That This could be the beginning of the false flag alien invasion. Could be the beginning. Now I'm just thinking, it could be the beginning. Well, then I saw this tweet. I like Project Unity. Says in a tweet, there's a reason why Robert Bigelow has shifted focus towards trying to prove the afterlife exists, and it's certainly not separate from his interest in UFOs. It's all connected. That's what freaks those in that's what freaks those in the know out. It appears to go far beyond just alien visitation. Oh no. Wow. My God. So, yeah, they're similar, but they're so different. But I've had experiences now from the first year where the ball of light came into our bedroom. That could be perceived as alien technology. Holy shit, guys. I mean, it came in from outside and it turned and it went down the hall, well, the bathroom, through the hall, into the closet while we were sitting there petrified, smelling this discharge of static electricity and hearing it crackling and popping and high-pitched noises and low-pitched vibrations and just almost take your breath away. You know, you were, I couldn't think. Even now, I just had a memory and it kind of lost my breath. It's very surreal. Even to this day, I can't believe it happened to me situation. But it happened for a reason, maybe. It did. It woke me up. That was when I first started to question everything. Yeah, that was bizarre. See, that's the thing. I hear other people tell stories, and none of them are identical to what we all see. We all have different experiences, of course, but the energy and you know, the reaction and everything else, all that is human in nature, right? It should all have a familiar ring to it when you hear somebody else tell a story. So if I hear you telling me a story and you say, oh yeah, this orb came in through the garage one night, went into the kitchen, did it smell like anything? Huh? What do you mean, did it smell? Did you smell it? No, I didn't smell anything. Did you hear it? No. What do you mean? You know, when somebody says, what do you mean smelling? Like, dude, didn't you or did you not have something historic come into your house, paranormal? And now I know this person's lying. They didn't see it. They just wanted to see it. Because people who see this shit for real will never forget the details. And I can't stand when I hear people telling stories and you ask them something so simple and they should have an answer. And they say, oh, I didn't even think of that. I'm like, you were looking at it. You don't know what color the eyes were? You were looking right at it. Because there were no eyes. You see? So, I know, I'm a very awful person. I'm just awful. I just want the truth. I'm just so bad I don't believe anybody. Only myself, which is not true. It's so far from the truth. I believe a lot of people. I believe Dorothy. I believe Nathan. 100%. 1,000,000% I believe them. Among others. So, I believe. I just don't believe everything. And I don't know. A lot of you don't either. Avi Loeb. Now, if we're really going to get serious about why we're in the situation we are now, it's because of Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb has given the narrative that it's okay to say there's a mothership sitting out there in the middle of the solar system, and it's going to be bringing us UFOs, calling them in droves. That's Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb is making it very difficult. Now, you might ask, how? How, Rich? That's a possibility, Rich. Well, it's such a possibility that the Pentagon's actually saying it now. Right? Yeah. All right. Well, I had another story here, and it says something wrong here. The page has been removed. All right. Takes care of that. What's this? And let's see here. Is this Mick West? Oh, this is from No Call Sign. He's talking to Mick West. Oh, this is interesting. Let me pull this up. I think, oh yeah, this is the Tucker Carlson thing. Somebody's giving Mick West some much needed love. And he says, hey, Mick West, I feel like you can destroy the concept of heat rising. And so therefore laws of physics don't apply to UAPs observed having infrared heat readings at the bottom of the craft. This is non-evidence, in my opinion, as Tucker seems to agree with. And we all know Tucker has he's an astrophysicist as well. No, just kidding. Let's check this out. I meant to play this early on.
It's kind of come out, actually. The Pentagon was required by the last defense authorization bill to produce some of their files on UFOs. And it turns out they have known about this since the end of the Second World War, which ended in 1945. Been a huge increase during that war, during the war as well. Huge increase in UFO sightings, in UFO crashes, et cetera, et cetera. And it turns out the federal government has been tracking this for 80 years and lying about it. So why? Well, that's a great question, and I can't answer it. I have theories, but I don't know. But here's what I learned. The first question is this real? Or am I just being a crazy person who's spending too much time on the internet? Well, this summer, we got a call. We didn't reach out. This person called us. Lexi, who's standing right there, who's a genius, one of our producers, gets his call from this guy who's a tenured Stanford medical school professor. And he wants to come on the show. Now, this guy has a couple patents, and so he's rich. And he's got tenure at one of the most prestigious schools in the world. So, he's not a flake. He comes on, and he's 11 years ago, the U.S. government reached out to me because I'm an expert on head injuries, on brain injuries.
Isn't that Dr. Gary Nolan?
Traumatic brain injuries as a physician. And they had all these court cases from families of U.S. servicemen, over 100, who'd been killed by UFOs. And
wait, what?
And the Department of Defense was refused, who'd been killed by UFOs. Servicemen, over 100, who'd been killed by UFOs. And the Department of Defense was refusing to give them death benefits or medical benefits. And I'm like, and he's like, so they're in the courts. And I was like, there are over 100 servicemen killed by UFOs? What? He's like, yeah. And there are court cases about it. I'm like, why isn't this on the front page of the New York Times? I don't know. But he goes, I'm involved in it. I'm one of the researchers. I'm the expert witness in these cases. Holy shit. What does that mean? And he's like, for example, UFOs appear to be attracted for whatever reason to nuclear energy. So at nuclear missile bases in the upper.
I hate this. They always say that UFOs are attracted for some reason to nuclear energy. Like that's not a secret. And it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for an alien civilization to see some sort of power coming from the ground wanting to investigate it. Why is this such a mystery? I don't get it. I'll tell you why. They make it a mystery because they like having that over them. They like that they could always go to the aliens in case something goes wrong. Blame it on a light. Blame it on something we don't understand. We'll just call it aliens. We won't take responsibility. We don't know. That's why. They know. Oh, major power source. Oh, let's not check it out, alien guy. Okay, let's go over here. And then next thing you know, it explodes and the aliens are like, hey, let's go check it out. And they go check it out and they die because they didn't want to go check it out before it exploded. And maybe we should have researched this before it exploded. Stupid. It's a mystery. It's a mystery why UFOs go to nuclear power plants. I can't figure it out why.
Upper Midwest, for example, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered submarines are all getting buzzed by these objects, including underwater.
Ooh.
And in a number of cases, these things have landed on military bases, including famously in Germany, in West Germany in the 70s. And servicemen have approached them. Like, what is this thing? There's this like giant glowing thing on the base. And they approach and they get traumatic brain injury. Like they are rendered. Like, they get brain damage.
Yeah, that couldn't happen from its own military conducting tests on them unknowingly. No, that couldn't be a thing, could it? Has to be aliens, right? Somebody get Tucker a couple of towels. Jesus, what did he do? Hit a water buffalo?
Damage, or they're killed. And he studied their brains. And they have, this is all totally real. This is the Department of Defense, dude. And they've all had this damage from some kind of powerful energy that we cannot identify. So then this guy's like, wow, he's just a scientist. He never believed in UFOs. He's like, this is real. I cannot believe this is real. This is like crazy. He should start to do research on it. He's still at Stanford. And it turns out that actually, yes, these things have been shot down and crashed, and the US government has the wreckage, and it's being held by defense contractors, Raytheon, Lockheed, which are big independent companies, but that work for the US government. They're really part of the Department of Defense, but they're separate. So you can't, their sunshine laws don't apply to them. You can't actually get information from them. It's a very tricky way to hide information. And they have the wreckage from these crafts. And I'm like, really? Are we positive these aren't like advanced Russian or Chinese? No, of course not.
Oh, brother. Well, that's only halfway through. My goodness, that is interesting stuff. It is. You know why? Because Tucker is, one of the top journalists in the world. And he's talking about UFOs. And he's believing everything he was told. About the injuries? How do they know those injuries are in direct correlation to the UFOs being in their vicinity? See, that's the thing. They only know from that point. None of those people who have ever had injuries from being near a UFO were ever monitored before the UFOs. It's like they weren't being monitored every week because they were going to run into UFOs. Why didn't they do that experiment with the Ryan Graves crew? Like for 2 years, they apparently saw UFOs on radar and with their eyes. Why didn't they start scanning those pilots to see if there was any correlation between being in the proximity of the UFOs and not? But they didn't, did they? They had their opportunity. Unless they did and they're not telling us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's up, nerd? Is this live or is it Memorex? Greg wants to know if this is live. Let's take a look. Anyway, that's just the way it goes. And yes, we are live. All right. 100 dead is a hell of a claim. Give me a second, guys. That is an interesting page right there. Don't know where that one came from. All right, let's take a look at this. Burchett says, oh, you got to see this. Check this out. This is funny. Actually, this is what makes me sad about our military and about the wokeness that has been brought into the military, because it has turned us into something I don't find threatening. I don't find intimidating. I don't find funny. I can't play any more than that. But now they're doing that thing that the nurses did during the Coco, and they all get together and dance and they're all in sync. I'm embarrassed. Can you imagine China showing this? Oh, look at these people. All white people. All white, right? All effeminate, or are those men or women or both? I don't know. I see this looks like a guy, but I'm not sure. That's a girl, that's a girl, that's a girl. And, well, now that makes more sense. All right. So the women are having fun in the army. Not there to have fun. You're there to stay focused and defend my country. You're not there to be dancing around. Hey, dance around. Don't put it on the internet. Oh, look at, even the military can have fun. No. They can have fun, just not on camera. Well, you have to have the image that you're ready to go at the drop of a hat. Well, Jeremy Corbell posted something here. There's an article by Chris Sharp. He says it made the rounds within the halls of those who have the opportunity for direct auditing, management, and accountability regarding the legacy UAP SAPs. Let's hope those who can are encouraged to investigate and take direct action. I think they will. And this is from the Liberation Times. Lockheed Martin challenged on UFO legacy programs as politicians talk hearings. This was a few days ago. Oh, this is the interview he did. I think this is it. If it is, then we don't have to talk about it much. But let's take a listen. I didn't know there was audio. Oh, yeah, we played this.
It's Friday. Let's talk about some aliens here for a moment. This is actually pretty interesting. Alarming increase in UFO sightings has the Pentagon's attention. The crafts demonstrate unusual flight characteristics, performance capabilities, technology that, to our knowledge, defies explanation from any country's top scientists and researchers. The Pentagon notes in their 2022 annual UFO report, in addition to the 144 reports covered during the 17 years of UFO reporting, there have been 247 new reports and another 119 either since discovered or reported, and totaling 510 UFO reports as of August 30th, 2022. Congressman Tim Burchett of Tennessee says the U.S. government has recovered UFOs, which are currently being reverse engineered.
Yeah, we're not doing that again. That is interesting, isn't it? In this day and age? Yeah, I don't know, but here we go. Welcome back. Greg Brown, the Crop Circle song.
What are they? Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change?
Yeah. Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change?
Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields. Secrets in the field.
Thank you. Greg said it as I was pulling it up. Crop Circle song helps the meds go down. Can't believe we're still listening to that song 2.5 years later. Thank you, Greg B, for the $3.33. Appreciate it. A continuing supporter of GoFund. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Oof. All right, we got more. A lot more. Yeah. All right. Every American needs to watch this video. Oh, this is nice. All right, here's something a little bit uplifting. Maybe these are the changing of times. Maybe. Maybe.
This is what the elites don't want. So it's exactly what we need to do. Keep watching.
I can't just sit back and
Keep watching.
and feel this way without trying to change it.
Wait for it.
You got the Black Lives Matter and stuff. We all matter, hell.
Yeah, we do. See that?
We all don't want this.
Join. This is what they don't want us to do. That's why it's exactly what we need to do. It's a beautiful scene right here. We got more in common than we don't.
It's time for us to stop this today. No more walls.
Today, we're going to show the rest of the country how we came together.
You know, it is amazing what the media does. They gaslight all this hate and everything, and then blame us for just being who we are and fighting for what we believe and fighting for the things that we know we're entitled to as American citizens. And people are just fed up with being fed up. It's starting to, I don't know. It's got a long way to go, but I still see a lot of good shit happening in Florida anyway. So, you know, life is what you make of it. So if you want to live in a world where you feel like people are always against you, then that's the world you will build. Right? If you have a world where you believe all people are pretty good, which all people are, All people are good. Good-natured. Nobody wants to hurt anybody. Nobody wakes up one day when they're 5 years old and says, time to hurt. You know, you may get every now and then something a little off with one or two people, but for the most part, we're good people. Humans are really, when 9/11 happened, I never saw so much love. People holding doors for everybody. It didn't matter who you were. Traffic was even much better. You know, it was weird. And maybe that's because it's in my mind. Maybe I made it that way. You know, life is what you make of it. And if you look for the good, you'll see the good. If you look for the bad, you'll find the bad. And that's what a lot of people tell me I do in ufology. I look for the bad stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't. I'm looking for the evidence. I'm looking for the truth. And when you involve people in one of the greatest mysteries and conspiracies of our lives, and you're involving and supposed to be trusting other people who have let you down before, why would I want to keep giving those people my support? Does it make sense? Like, yeah, Lou Elizondo never did anything directly bad for ufology, but he's bad for ufology. He is. When you're Lou Elizondo and you go on a podcast where they don't even have 1,000 subscribers, where you go on shows where nobody's listening, what he's doing is he's gathering up those podcasters, those hosts, and making them friends so they can fight alongside him when need be. You know, back him up. Lou's a great guy. Champion Lou. Everything they will do for Lou will be a good thing. Because Lou went on their show. It's a game. He played a game. It was all calculated. And a lot of people fell for it. Everybody did. Especially unidentified a-hole face or a-hole lips. What is it? Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. You know, that's why I am the way I am. I am trying to find the good, and then they keep giving us bad. Lou never promised he was here for disclosure, but he gave the impression he was, and he knew it, and he used it. I never said I was for disclosure. Heck, I didn't even follow. I didn't even study UFOs. His words, not mine. And this is the guy who you want representing ufology? He's a bully. He doxes people. We learned that at the beginning of the show. Yeah, with Katie Howland. They were doxing. Well, according to the information that I saw, allegedly, I'll say allegedly. Who's this? Lion Insider, a $20. It's a super chat. Thanks for entertaining me most nights of the week and weeding out the truth from the lies. Love you, Rich. Well, thank you very much. That is, I believe, your first super chat to goof on in support. Thank you very much. Let me give you this. Thank you, Lion Insider, for the $20 excellent super chat. Yeah. Nothing. I'm still running around 86%. Thank you, Lion Insider. Whoever you are. That was very nice and generous. Appreciate that. Oh, I did not. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I didn't realize what time it was. Yeah, now, Yeah, Oprah. Sam's Club. I appreciate that. Mucho gusto, Generoso. I like the orange. Orange is my favorite color. I don't think I can have... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I meant to show you this. And I just got off. I went on a tangent. Here, hold on. Okay, so... I don't know what's going on. This is one of Sean Cahill's sightings, apparently. Here is most of the video. Sean Cahill captured this while visiting Elizondo's home. Not sure what the object is. Looks like a straight path with slight descent and constant speed. Let me take a look at this before I play it. Make sure. So, hold on. I don't know. I just don't know. It's hard to tell. The quality is terrible. That's another thing that's annoying. Right? Sean Cahill is posting a video. And you take a look at this. Tell me what you see. It's right here in the middle. It's as big as I can get that thing. There you go. So that's it. I can't play anymore. I could, but... Yeah, I know you're going to say you see wings here. I think that's just shadows. I don't know, guys. It could be anything. Right? Whoa, what's going on? And it looks like it's changing shapes and stuff, but it's not. It's the pixelating of the video. What I want to know is, what kind of camera was used? How far away he thinks he was? The weather? You know, and see, this is what's very frustrating. You have somebody here who claims to be in the know, you know, when it comes to UFOs and all this other garbage, right, that goes along with these people. And then they give us a video with no information. It's just Sean Cahill. Take my word for it. Yeah, I'm Sean Cahill. So what? What kind of camera? I mean, have you ever seen it before? Did you dream about it? You told us nothing. And I'm pretty sure that's a drone. Because if it comes from Cahill, it's not real. It's not a real alien UFO. Telling you. Promise. Not this guy. And no, it's not going to. He may say he's got something, but he's got nothing. You know what it looks like? It just looks like a glider. A remote control glider. That's it. It's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going with. And the fact that it's that far away and there's only 39 seconds of this video tells me he knows what it is and didn't care to share the rest of that video with us because he probably figured it out at the 40-second mark. That's how they roll. That's how they do. That's why you have no information with the video. It's really sad. It is. It makes me a little mad. Mick West? Oh, he's talking about that Jeremy Corbell pyramid again. He can't just, would you please let it go? Please, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so dumb with this. Who cares? It's old news, Jack. It's old. It's old news. It's old news.
Unknown and speed unknown. Contacts are operating in a range of 1,000 yards and holding. Tail numbers are unknown.
Because they're stars, dill hole. You do that one more time.
Speeds 59 at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones with course unknown and speed unknown. Contacts are operating in a range of 1,000 yards and holding.
Doesn't it sound like he's reading? I guess he is reading something, right? A report that came out? Horrible. He says 4 drones. But they're not, 3 of them aren't even moving. How did he come up with that? Because it's all fake. Everything about it. It's scripted. And earlier, when I showed the troops dancing, that was American troops dancing. That's why I showed it, because it was about the American troops dancing. Making videos. Yeah, that's... maybe you're right. Maybe it was not Russia. Maybe it was the other ones. Maybe it was them. Yeah, maybe I am wrong. Either way, we gave them $113 billion to fight a war, not to dance. You pricks, you. Don't you get it? Don't you just get it? All right, let's finish off with this.
So is it more like the government or whatever is just this good at hiding it, or people just don't care?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's too big for people to metabolize. Like if Prince Harry says something stupid, everyone's like, I can't believe Prince Harry. Because like that's manageable. You can like, oh, this douchey fake prince with his stupid wife from Santa Monica. Like I get that. But the idea that we're not alone in the universe and we're getting buzzed by these objects whose behavior defies physics, like that just explodes too many categories in my head. I just can't deal with it. And I think that's part of it. But I'll tell you this, the most interesting from my perspective, I don't know if it's a consensus, but a lot of people, serious people, not crazy people who study this stuff, U.S. government employees, seem to believe that these objects are coming from under the oceans. So the conventional view is they're coming in from outer space. There's not actually a lot of, something enters the atmosphere, we can see it on satellite, and there's not any evidence of that actually. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's happening, but we don't know that it is.
True.
There's a lot of evidence these things are coming out of the ocean, including videotape of these objects coming out of the water at high speed, or even more amazing, descending at Mach 3 into the water. And then, of course, we have a huge submarine fleet. What the fuck? Then we have a huge submarine fleet, American, but also Chinese and Russian, underwater with pretty sensitive measurement devices, sonar, etc. And they have recorded these objects doing hundreds of knots underwater.
Without a doubt, UFOs are real. USOs are real. And you know it and I know it. Now, the fact that we've got a journalist here on a podcast talking openly about it as if it's a norm to the conversation of, are we alone in the universe? So is this now the new norm? That it's okay to say that there could be a mothership dropping off probes? Is that the new norm? To think, oh, well, it's got to be a UFO if it's over a nuclear facility, some site, some energy, right? That's always been a good one. Rendlesham, Phoenix Lights, Chicago, O'Hare, and countless other UFO events that have happened. The Belgian UFO sightings, the Michigan UFOs of the 90s, especially 94, I believe. A lot of sightings have taken place over the United States. We know that these things are here, whatever they are. I don't deny it. What we don't need people muddying up the waters and making it more difficult for us to figure out the truth. See, that's kind of like Jeremy Corbell rubs me that way. And I try to put myself in Jeremy's position. I'm like, okay, why would I do this if I was Jeremy Corbell? Why? What's the reason? Do I really believe that I have a pyramid UFO? Even though I'm looking at it, yeah. And it looks like an airplane to me. But I'm going to take the word of somebody who's been there and saw it and recorded it. But the evidence it doesn't match up, sadly, to what he's saying. That's the problem. See, it's not that I'm looking to go at him. Nobody is. It's just so obvious. How do we ignore it? Like, hey, man, you said these objects are swarming. I mean, that object's barely moving. And there's just one. What do you mean, swarm? See? We didn't do that. Jeremy did that. They turn it on us to make it look like we're attacking him. It's not true. Same with the gimbal. Same with those 3 videos. Everything is just, sadly, a psyop. And not only is it a psyop, it's to cover up other shit that's going on in the skies. I don't have a problem with it. I love it. I love it. I don't care. You want to know why? I can't do anything about it. Just go along for the ride, man. Figure it out along the way. Nobody knows what's going on until it's going on. And that's the truth. It's not that I don't want to believe. I so desperately believe. As a matter of fact, for me, I know it's a fact that UFOs exist and strange things can happen that are natural. So when Bigelow talks about, well, he's going into the near-death realm. What happens after we die? Remember, he had that contest. He wanted somebody to wow him what they think happens after, right? Isn't it what they think happens after we die or something like that? To write an essay about it, 1,000 words or less or more. I don't freaking know. But he wants to know what's going on. Is there a connection? I almost think there is. I do. I feel like there might be a connection between the afterworld, the afterlife, and aliens. what if aliens are guardian angels? Like, the aliens are watching over all of us, let's say. Or maybe let's just say there's a select group of people they watch over on a continuing basis, right? They don't follow everybody, but let's just say they follow the 5 essential food groups of our evolution. And I happen to be in there. I happen to be part of that study group. Me, my family, my bloodline, because we're Italians. No? All right. And, over the years, I tell people of all these weird and strange dreams I've had, which I do. And I tell you about the aliens that I see in these dreams, which I have. And then I show you some of the videos where I've captured things that I think are UFOs, which I've done. And they monitor this and see how we progress. And what does it all mean? What is it all for? I don't know what I was going to say. I think I've run out of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was going to say something. I changed my mind. Just know this. Your government is not on your side. So why would we believe anything any of these people would say? And I am talking about Travis Taylor, Gary Nolan, and the others who are working for the government. Those guys are not on our side. They're on the government side. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not a great thing. They may someday, if not already, be privy to some special information you or I will never know. But if they do know this evidence, and this is where I think Elizondo played right up to the line. What does he know? Have you seen anything? How can you go on championing what you're doing if you don't even know what the truth is? How could these guys do it? How do you keep going forward without being proven anything? So they've seen some exotic metals. Yeah, you and I have too on TV. Big deal. I didn't see anything sparkling, anything floating around, breaking into a million pieces, then going back into one piece. None of that magic happened. We're waiting for it. And that's the problem. We're at the time now where we should, I know I say us, but all they have to do is just show us a picture of a UFO, a real one, a good one. Just give us something. There's no way we could determine how the propulsion works from staring at a disc-shaped object. I don't have X-ray vision on a picture. Neither do you. So until next time, that's it for tonight. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully, at the same time. And we will dig in deeper into the ufology world. And maybe I'll have a surprise tomorrow. Maybe there might be something different. I think it might be. Tomorrow might be the day. Well, we'll see. See how I feel. But thank you, newcomers and veterans. I appreciate the support. And you can still support GoofOn even after the show with the thanks and those little thank you things they got there. Appreciate that. And all the links are in the show description if you want to help support the show, just like our friend Denbub just did here for the Canadian coin of $1.50. It's a super sticker, a super duper sticker. Thank you, Denbub. Closing out the show with the nice super sticker. A continuing supporter of GoofOn you are. Thank you very much. And we are Truthology for ufology for you. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. And alien bless.
There's look at that thing. It's rotating.
What's blood in the skies of and why did it stop one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
Warning. Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.